Welcome to the Madroit Podcast. We bring you bite-sized marketing and sales insights to help you level up, no matter the size of your business. Tune in and answer the big question, what does marketing actually do?
Hey everybody, Jordan and Winston here today with another episode of the Madroit Marketing Podcast, where we help business owners cut through the noise, build marketing that actually works. Today, we're going to walk you through exactly what we would do if we had to start your marketing from scratch this year. So the goal here is no fluff, no theory, just moves that are actually going to make an impact. So starting it off, most businesses don't necessarily have a marketing problem. It's more of a focus problem. Too many channels, using too many tools, too many opinions. It's a lot. So instead of building something that works, you really end up doing a little bit of everything, not necessarily finishing any of it. So if we were starting from scratch, the first thing that we would do, quite simply, simplify, right, Win?
Absolutely. So before jumping in a paid ad, before writing a bunch of content, before creating anything to put out there, start with setting the foundation.
Yep.
Before you can set the foundation, kind of need that direction, that aim. So what's the goal? What's the objective? And then working backwards to set the strategy, right? Set the strategy. Then you can develop a clear message. And with that message, you can then fix or build a new website that's actually conversion focused on what you're trying to achieve and help the right person. Dialed in Google Business Profile, basically a full funnel marketing to then fulfillment and getting reviews on the outside, like after the delivery or fulfillment of service or selling the product, right?
Yeah, I think that's a huge piece. After the job is done, you want other people to talk about you and the job that you just did, right?
Absolutely.
And that's how you are able to get more referral business from people that are singing your praises from the rooftops. All of those things tie into giving people the ability to actually find you, right? Find your business and the services that you're carrying out or the products that you're looking to sell. We're going to focus on visibility next, but again, crucial, not everywhere, right? Just where it matters the most. Where is your audience? And go find them there. What we would prioritize starting off is Google search, right? Can we get intent-based traffic? So for example, you have a need, right? As a customer, you have a need. When I search for your service or your products that your business provides, I should be finding you. And the way to do that is both on a local level with local SEO, making sure that people know, okay, man, their location's close by me, so it makes more sense for me to do business with them. Or their primary search platform, again, doesn't have to be 5 or 6. It can be the one that is most applicable to your audience. So, for example, if you know that you're dealing with the younger generation, making sure that you're on the right social platforms where you know that they're searching for information about your products and services. If you know that you deal with an older demographic, utilize those platforms. But it's very important to do your research ahead of time so you're not just posting for the sake of posting and you're actually building content that is applicable to your audience. So then an optional piece with this is also targeted paid ads. If, like you said before, if your funnel is actually ready for it, right? There's no point, as you said at the beginning, in jumping into paid ads if you don't have the system in place to handle the growth that is going to come with it. Because you will generate leads, you will generate a lot of interest. Again, if your team is not ready to handle that, then make sure you're trying to just scale appropriately, right?
Absolutely. And with that, trust is a huge factor in paid ads, especially because you have just a few moments to close someone or get them to convert in some way. But on social, with reviews, your website, the whole goal is building trust and saying, hey, we work with you or we don't work with you. You don't have to worry about talking to us. That's helpful too.
Yes.
So building trust fast, getting seen is step 1, getting chosen is step 2. So how do you do that? You build trust through consistent Google reviews, real customer testimonials. So written or video, super great. Videos, of course, better. Written can be great. Little picture profile is nice too. So it's not just a generic faceless review.
Right.
Clear, honest messaging. Say who you are, what you do, who you do it for, why you do it, et cetera, et cetera. People don't choose the best businesses. They choose the ones they trust the most.
I couldn't agree more. I think a key part of that is you don't need to be the big, shiny billboard. You don't need to be necessarily in the most polished photos on your website or videos on your website. But what you do have to be is authentic and unapologetically you. So I think with that comes a content portion of this, right? Making sure that you're putting out content on a regular basis that is going to get you to a place where it's easier for your audience to find you. So creating that content engine, we're going to layer in content in a way that is not random. There has to be a focus and has to be a plan for what you're doing. So you know that your customers or potential customers have questions. Give them those answers, because now what I've just done is I have become a reputable resource for that potential customer. So they know, oh, Jordan told me to do X, Y, and Z if, my faucet's leaking. Not a plumber, don't take my advice, please. But if I were, and I was answering that question for you, now I've already fixed a problem for you before you ever have one. So now when it comes to me showing real work and real results, or before and after pictures of lawn care, landscape, or home renovations and things like that, now people are like, man, he said that he was going to do these things. Now he's showing me that he's doing them. And that really can build authority for you. A great way to do this from a marketing standpoint is taking one piece of content and being able to repurpose it into multiple formats. So if you're at a job and you take video and you take some photos of particular product that you're using or a particular job that you're working on to address a customer need, that piece of content can be repurposed multiple times. And you can tell multiple different stories with that one piece instead of just thinking, I took one photo or one video and that's all I got is one post. So repurposing that, being creative with it and using it in multiple formats, but really the consistently posting content versus constantly posting content, those are not the same thing. You can get to a point where you are just bombarding people with your content and having it be the same thing over and over again, and it really just can get mundane. So establishing what the right frequency is for you with the right content in that initial plan really will set you up for success for the next month, next quarter, the next year, if you continue to build on that. Don't think of it in terms of, I'm going to go viral with every single post. Think about it more as being visible, being helpful, and being relevant. That's really where the good stuff is.
Yeah, but going viral is not the goal for most people, but creating a content engine that's simple to execute, right? You have a few post types like FAQ videos or before and after videos, just a couple examples, or post pictures. Having a few of those ready to go where you can create multiple pieces of content from one video or a couple of pictures, that's a content engine, right? That's huge.
Yeah, love that.
Next, you get leads. What happens then?
Yes.
Most people's follow-up game is terrible. That's most businesses. People get busy. We get it. But having people follow up on new leads, existing leads, past leads is huge. Most business leaking money just because of this alone. You have great marketing, but if your follow-up is slow, inconsistent, or unclear, it's not going to matter.
No. Yeah. And there's a ton to be gained just by being consistent with your follow-up, because it shows people you are ready to take on their job, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'd implement a few things like instant lead response via email and text.
Yep.
Simple follow-up sequence, maybe a drip campaign of 3 to 5 emails, texts, phone calls in there as well. Clear next steps for every lead. Hey, submit this form. You're going to get a call from us or an email or a text from us, or all three from us within a day. Then actually do those things. CRM and tracking, even better. You can do a lot of that stuff in there, but just tracking it all to see where things fell through, where leads fell off, dropped, or if you close someone on the third verse, fifth email, right?
Yeah, it's such a crucial point because we've talked about this before in previous episodes, but this is one area where not just last year, not just this year or next year, this is a consistent thing that if you do it well, you will close more business. You will bring in more revenue as a result of it. But this is an area where, as you said, people get busy or something comes up or they have a big job where they have to hop in, and those things happen. But by creating a system and having a system in place to handle this, you're setting yourself up for success. And then once you have a system like that in place, the next step is very simple. Keep it simple. The mistake that we would avoid is overbuilding too early. You can get excited about all the segments and the tips that we just gave you in this episode. The crux of this all is keep it simple and don't complicate your funnel. You don't need a 10-tool tech stack, right? It's not trying to be everywhere. It's about getting the 5 to 6 things that are working done and then scale those. And maybe it's 1 or 2 things for you as you're starting. And that's okay, but do those really well and then look to scale from there. Because if you try to implement 10 different things, but your team only has the capacity to do 2 or 3 really well, there's going to be some frustrated people in your pipeline. And ultimately, those are the folks that are not going to be returning to work with you again, right?
So if we had to sum it up in one sentence, not even maybe, clarity, visibility, trust, conversion, follow-up.
That's the system, right? So if you're able to build on that, even simply building on that, you're ahead of most businesses already, and you're setting yourself up for success.
That's all for this episode of the Madroit Podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions that you want us to talk about on the pod or want to get in touch with us, please visit madroitmarketing.com/podcast. Thanks for listening.